Well, hi there, Knight.
Hi.
How you doing? Sorry for the delay, folks. How you doing, man?
Delay, 2 weeks delay.
Yeah, okay, yes. I had no internet one day, and then wasn't feeling well the other week, so apologies to everyone out there.
Silly storms.
Yeah, we had a random storm just roll through and go, nope. But, how you been doing? How you been enjoying, 4.2?
Oh, it's been fun. It's been I don't know how to describe the anger. Yeah, it's lots of mixed emotions with 4.2. I will tell you that.
Have you been Chris Roberts a lot?
It's a lot is to say the least. Which is ironic. Is that an oxymoron?
Yes. No. I don't fucking know.
I've been Chris Roberts from every angle. It's yeah. We'll get into it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, guys, welcome to episode 5 of Citizen Talk, where we are discussing 4.2 and 4.21, which looks like it might be on the horizon, which will be interesting to get a patch early July when 4.2 just released. But nonetheless, it looks like it's turning out to be a pretty exciting one. You know, we have what? We have the Apex Valacar. We have the Robos. I'm not doing the whole.
The ICTY, yeah.
Yeah, we got the ICTY. We got new ship, which don't know how I feel about it. But yeah, I'm Evil Tactics. To the right, which is funny because I'm pointing to the left. To my right on your screen
to
is
the left,
Mr. Knight. Both content creators, both gamers, enjoying playing Star Citizen and all that fun stuff that comes along with it, bugs and all. But yeah, we're going over some newbie info today. We're going to be going over mainly 4.2's launch, the ASD locations, all that fun stuff. There's a lot to go over in today's episode. Like, What did I just do? I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, so we got a lot to cover. We got a lot of good stuff going on. A lot of stuff coming up in the pipeline as well for patches, and looks like there's going to be a big update to hauling missions coming up in 4.21. So I know that's going to excite both me and you. So that's one of the things we enjoy doing is hauling some, whether it's legal or illegal contrabands. Tomato.
And potato, pistachio. It will be better if they, make a surprise announcement, but it's not going to happen.
Are you thinking of the Ironclad announcement?
Yeah. Well, okay. What better way to do that? Hey, here's all these cargo missions. Here's the Ironclad. Have at it.
That would be pretty dope. That would be a pretty dope drop if they were to do the Ironclad, but I doubt it. As much as I would love for that to become a thing, I doubt it.
It'd be nice to at least get an update on it. Just saying.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, so we'll talk a little more about that, but yeah, it seems like there's going to be some pretty cool hauling missions, which will tie into the type of contracts for the newbies. Well, no, I'm skipping one. Shit, sorry. 2 weeks off.
Rookie.
No, ship of the week. Okay. So I'm a little, I don't know. It could have been better. It could have been so much better. So they released, for those of you that have not been paying attention, they released a new version of the Prowler. And it's the Prowler Utility. Now, mind you, it is $140 cheaper than the regular Prowler, which I was just like, okay. But it's an interesting one because A, the max crew doesn't make much sense to me. I will pull that up right here. And our webcams are gone. Really game. Whatever. We're gonna be no webcam today. That's fine.
Is that far behind for me? I must be really far behind.
Yeah, it's been a little goofy.
What are you trying to pull up?
I'm trying to get rid of a certain can't print. So we have the Prowler Utility, and this is something that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because our webcams didn't pop up, so I'm not worried about them. Worry about that later. This one's a little interesting because it's a 5 crew max ship. I don't quite understand the 5 crews. It is flight
For the
ready.
Prowler?
Yeah, for the Prowler Utility. It's a 5 crew ship. I don't get how. But, I mean, I know someone's got to be working the tractor. I think if there is a tractor beam on this thing. But it does have a pretty neat way of grabbing cargo. So there is a tractor beam on the front of it. But the way these doors open, it's something ridiculously different. And it only holds a total of 32 SCUs. So that's 16 SCUs per side. I do think they could have done bigger. Maybe. But it's meant to be one of those snatch and grab ships, you know? You got someone on the tractor beam, you grab open, you know, the doors open like you see here, and then you just grab it. You know, so I get it. You know, it's snatch and grab. It's more of a piracy utility ship.
Well, I mean, that it's right in the name. It's a prowler. It prowls.
Yeah.
It stalks you in the night. Whoa.
And I've always loved the way they do the cockpit on the Prowler. Like, this is a complete screen. There is no actual glass cockpit on the Prowler. Which leads up to a question I've always had when engineering comes in. If your ship takes enough distortion damage, could these screens shut down? And you're now flying
I imagine they
blind?
would. Unless they've got some kind of anti-EMP like tech. But it is an alien ship, so who knows? Maybe they do have.
But it's an interesting ship nonetheless. I mean, you've got, like I said, 16 SCU on either side. And that's really it. I mean, you could probably put a couple more crates here on the gangway. But other than that, and it still even has drop seats. So I guess that's where they get the 5. You know, so you still keep a couple of the drop seats. Which makes sense, you know, send your guys out to pirate the stuff and then, hey, I'm stealing your crap. It's just an interesting ship. I don't really have much to say on this. Did you get to fly it at all?
No, I didn't touch it. I was too busy scavenging for all the stuff that we were doing for Org Night and for our ship rewards and things like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I flew the original Prowler, bleh. And it's a good ship. You know, it's a good drop ship / fighter. It was a little OP in the early days, but they nerfed the living crap out of it. I mean, it's a badass looking ship. I mean, that thing is just with the red lights and the red accents. You see that floating above you while you're out, you know, unloading a caterpillar on like a bounty mission or something, you know, that's going to be kind of interesting. I mean, I'd be a little more worried if I saw an ironclad floating above my head, because turrets and all.
Turrets, and they can take much more. I mean, I don't know how, aside from the fact they can shoot back, I don't know how intimidated by a prowler I would be.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks mean, but
looks like a
who's gonna
flying lobster?
yeah, who's gonna rock up on somebody looting a cat with a ship that can only carry 32 SU?
Yeah, and I mean, it's relatively well defended. The pilot gets control of 2 size 4 guns, and
Oh,
it's
nice.
got a 1 turret with dual size 3s. So, all right, it doesn't get any missiles, but other than that, I mean, it's a yeah, I could see that being kind of a showy ship for a beginner, I guess. Like if you're looking for something that can kind of do combat, that can kind of do hauling, even though it's only 32. And
Because if I think about it, like
I'd rather spend $10 more on a Constellation.
yeah,
You know, so price.
it's really $300.
Yeah, it's $300.
Doesn't the Cuddy Black have like 36 SCUs or 42 SCUs of cargo space?
I can find out. I don't remember. Well,
Because
hell,
if that's
I
true,
can
like
just go to the game packages right here. Let's see. What do we got? Ship game packages. Yeah, the privateer starter pack, $125 gets you. Yeah, the Cutlass. And the Cutlass has. That's Drake. Bring me my ironclad. Yeah,
ask me about my ironclad.
Yeah, so it's $110, max crew, medium size, flight ready. It has 46. So
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so you get an additional 14 SCUs. No, not 14. You get additional 10.
What is math?
Yeah, what is math? It's
32 to 46. That's
so
14.
Yeah, 14. So yeah, so for $110, you can get a ship that holds 14 more SCUs. Or that's where the Prowler, I don't think, is a good buy.
Unless that thing has some serious stealth capabilities and the weapons.
It is stealth. I did forget that part. It is considered stealth. I think it's got an average of a stock infrared of 9.6. But I think you can get it down to, unless they changed it. Let me pull up Urkel. I don't remember. They might have changed it actually on us. Loading. I am so loading. Thank you. Prowler Utility has a 4.6 infrared. Stock. Yeah, everything it's got on it is stealth grade. Grade C.
Nice.
Yeah, I think you can get it down to, let's see, what happens if I put this all to grade A stealth stuff? Umbra, what's the lowest you're going to go down to? I don't think it's going to go much lower than 4.6. Huh. Going to grade A stealth coolers, it went up to 4.7. Yeah, so literally everything being stealth, you're looking at a 4.6, 4.7. This is the number for those who are new to their DPS calculator. This is the number you're really worried about is your infrared. There's a lot of people, most radars go off your infrared. Your lowest EM signature is 3.5K. So, good luck keeping a missile lock if they lose if you're running EM missiles. And it's got a cross section of 4.2. So, okay. Yeah, so it's stealthy, you know, which is cool and all, but I don't know, man. For $300, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know if I could justify it.
I mean, okay, the Taurus is $200 flat, and that's got 100 and some odd SCUs. $174 SCUs.
Yeah,
So,
174.
okay, if your main idea for you guys is to run, if your main thing that you're going to do is run cargo, go for the Taurus. Go for an actual cargo ship. Because the Taurus can defend itself. It's more than capable of defending itself. You get 174 SCUs versus 32. I don't know. I don't see... I get them just throwing stuff in the game recently, but I don't really see an actual perk to it. I'd still go with my Connie.
It might appeal to the alien fans out there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, that's probably the quickest ship of the week overview I think we've done because there's just not much to talk about the Prowler. It's stealth, 32 SCUs. Somehow it's a 5-man, even though you got one turret gunner, a single pilot seat. There is no co-pilot seat in that thing. And 3 drop seats, I guess, is where you would get that. Oh, and probably someone in the...
turret?
Turret.
Or did you say turret already?
Not turret, the tractor beam.
That one.
Yeah. All right, let me hand it on over to you for newbie info. Types of contracts, how to accept them. What do you recommend for the person who's on day 1 in the game?
Day 1, I'm having a moment with Star Citizen right now because after last night, I'll get into the whole newbie thing. I had story time really quick. After the whole our run last night at the PAF location, getting the medals and getting out and getting blown up by an Idris because the Idris had nothing better to do. I went
stepped
back
away from the ship.
And I was, no kidding. I was on Daymar again with Soy and another player last night, and we managed to. Soy brought 4 of those medals that I need to the PAF location. I found 2 more. And a group showed up with a Polaris, and I lost all 6 of those medals. So that was a couple hours worth of work just down the drain. And right now there was an update. I don't know. I'm not sure what the update was for. I think it was for all of the, I think it was to correct all the duping stuff that was going on. Which is interesting because out of all the things they fixed, they have a hot fix almost instantly for the duping problem, but it's only for specific things. It's really dumb.
Oh, you're talking about the bot thing with the Karenite or the Gelasium, whatever it is.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people setting up bots, and they were just like printing a bunch of the parts you need for like Wicklow and the stuff that you go to Hathor for.
Yeah.
And since the update, I'm at Babbage. I cannot get my hangar is. It's there. I can't get the elevator to go to the hangar.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, in a game that is in active development, and some people will say development hell, but a game that's in active development, they're always going to have a problem with exploits until they iron this stuff out. And sadly, it takes players finding said exploit, doing said exploit, and that exploit being reported in order for it to get fixed. Now, this is probably one of the quickest exploits I've ever seen
Yeah,
being hot
videos
fixed.
started coming out like 2 days ago, and then bam.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it
And
on Twitter last night or on X. And I was just like, wait, what the fuck is this? And I'm reading all the comments, and they're going, oh, yeah, they're duping Wicklow favors, they're duping Karenite, all this stuff. And I'm just like, how are they duping this? And I'm reading into it, and it's something along the lines of they have it in their hand, but they go into their Moby glass, and then, for whatever reason, just going into your Moby glass was causing issues. And
Mhm.
things like that. And it was so if you had one in your hand and you went in your Moby glass and then you quickly like stowed it while in your Moby glass or something like that, it would give you an extra one. So these
It would
bots were
duplicate,
just
yeah.
so these bots are just sitting there going in and out of the Moby glass left and right. And like if I had the video up, I'd show it. I could probably find it actually relatively quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, what the
That's yeah. But that aside, it had a couple of Star Citizen moments last night, and now I'm stuck in New Badge. I was going to pull up all my stuff to show for the newbies, but anyway, for our newbie content today, how do you accept contracts? How do you make money in the game? Where do you get started? I've had a lot of people come into my Mr. B Night stream over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, asking questions. How do you make money? Where do you get started? What do you do? What ships do I buy? And it really comes down to what kind of contracts that you want to do. Now, there are currently 5 to 7 different contracts you can do. One is the collection, which is all the Wicklow stuff. You have mercenary missions, you have bounty missions, you have mercenary bounty, you have salvaging missions. Sometimes they're medic missions. What else am I forgetting?
mercenary bounties,
Mercenary bounty, salvaging,
cargo,
hauling. Yeah, cargo. So there's those main ones. There's also technically mining, but mining isn't a contracted mission. It's just kind of go and do your own thing. It's a sandbox type element. So it just depends on what you want to do. In order to accept those contracts, first of all, if you're mining, you go buy a mining ship, whether it's a prospector or a mole, depending on where you are money wise. If you could get help buying one, or you can actually rent a mole from Lorville, I believe. And you just go out to one of the moons around one of the planets and start scanning for minerals and mining them up. But the mercenary missions are pretty straightforward. You go into your Moby Glass under contracts, you pick what one you want to do, and then you follow the instructions. You go to the location, clear out the location of all the baddies, and then you start a new one. You just repeat the cycle. Bounty missions are slightly different. And the difference between bounty missions and mercenary missions is the mercenary ones, typically you're hired by like the security force that is on that planet or on that moon. And when you approach their little base, you are friendly to them. And then once you complete the mission, you've got about 30 minutes to loot everything you possibly can and get your butt out of there before they start shooting you and you're trespassing, which also can bug out. I've actually been on a mission where I completed the mission and something happened in the game. I don't know exactly what happened, but all of a sudden I was, I died because there was, what the heck was it? I think it was an NPC that I forgot, and he was close range and just hit me a couple times. I died and I spawned back in my Asgard, which had my Ursa medevac in the back. And because I had technically left the property and came back according to the game, I was now trespassing, and it blew up my Asgard. It blew up my medevac, and I couldn't do anything about it. So that was one of the bugs that was just, it wasn't a bug. Sorry, it was a circumstance that was unfortunate. But bounty missions, you're going into hostile location or hostile territory right from the get go. So you can't approach the missions the same way in a bounty as you do mercenary. Mercenary, you pull right up to the base, and bounty, you have to park 5 clicks out and then drive in, or whatever way we want to approach it. But
yeah,
right now, I believe there's still Foxwell missions going on. There's been a lot of confusion about the Foxwell missions because most of the contracts in Star Citizen, if not all the contracts in Star Citizen, with the exception of Foxwell, you have a rep count in your Mobiglass that determines where you are in the progress of loyalty to whatever you're doing. So Kovalex is hauling, Foxwell's a mercenary mission kind of thing.
You got Hurston Security, which
Hurston
is
Security, yeah.
Crusader Security, you know, Microtech Security. So you got different levels, which, you know, you start off as a newbie and, you know, or whatnot, and you work your way up, which also, by the way, for new players from today up until July 14th is a free fly.
Oh, yeah, it's free fly. That's right.
It's free fly. So you don't have to buy a game package. You don't have to have any of that. I just activated my freaking AI tracking again. But yeah, no, so you don't have to own the game to play. You can hop right in and you get to actually pilot some pretty cool ships. You get the Aegis Gladius as a free fly, the Cutlass Red, the Drake Golem, the Mirai Fury, the Vulture, the Intrepid, the Sulin, which is meh, and the Grey Cat MTC. So you get quite a few pretty cool ships that you get to have some fun and check the game out. I mean, you got right there. You got a couple ships that can do hulling missions. You got a salvager. You got a mining ship. A couple fighters. Or if you want to run medic, Cuddy Red. You know, so there's a lot of stuff you can do in this game.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like some typical MMOs where you got to choose a character class and you got to, you know, run the same dungeon, rinse and repeat, which, okay, to be fair, a lot of their dungeons are rinse and repeat of one another. You know, go here, grab this, do this, grab this key, you know, whatnot. We did see some new features in 4.2. But, yeah, I mean, that's, again, like Knight said, it depends on what you want to do in the game.
Yeah, it really does. But to wrap up the Foxwell thing, most of the contracts for anything that you do, you build that rep up. But with Foxwell, in order to unlock certain levels or certain tiers, traditionally speaking, you just do missions over and over again, and you'll just build your rep up. And as you get to each level, it'll unlock more contracts for you. But with Foxwell, you actually have to do a certain contract multiple times in a row and complete it, and then you have to get the next one and complete it multiple times in a row, and then you have to do the next one and complete it multiple times in a row. So it's not like a traditional rep progression. You actually have to complete specific missions. So yeah, if you want to complete any contract and if you want to see what's out there, just go into your Mobiglass, which I can actually show now that I'm in Star Citizen. Let me turn off global chat here really quick, just so I'm not displaying the toxicity to the world. You go into contracts and you pick what you want. You go to offers, and there's also unverified, which gets into some of the Vaughn missions, which is a whole nother thing. But you go, okay, I want to haul, so I'm at New Babbage and go through and see what there's available. And the more the higher you get, the more money you can make, and then the more money you make, the more rep you gain. And that's essentially how contracts work. And mining doesn't have contracts, but it's still kind of pick your own thing and go and do it.
I think we will have mining contracts coming sometime, because they used to be mining claims, you know, back in the day. So, but that's pre 3.24 and all that stuff. So a lot of that's come and gone and, you know, gone away. But yeah, when it comes to contract running and, you know, you don't necessarily have to do contracts, but if you actually want to make money to where more than 25K a contract or 50K a contract, you want to get up to those triple digit, contracts, or those triple thousands, yeah, you're going to have to do quite a few, and get that
Mm-hmm.
wrap up and actually play the game, or have someone who's got those missions and you're just operating a turret in their ship.
Yep.
There are people that just want to do that. So.
See. Yeah. On to the main topic, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think it's time to talk about 4.2, the big news. 4.2's been out about, what, a week now?
2
weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
I haven't really had much time to hop in it due to some IRL issues that have transpired again. And just busy with life, and then, Mother Nature having a sense of humor and knocking my internet out. But 4.2, main focused. Go here, do this. I mean, you've done it. I know you've actually ran it. You've gotten to see the Apex Valacar. You guys ran it on Org Night, which the last 2 weekends I've been really busy. So last weekend I wasn't able to be on Org Night, but I was having fun. If you saw in general chat,
Playing Dune. Ugh.
nope. Took the wife and the little girl to their first rodeo.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, so they got to have some fun. And then, of course, weekend before that, I have stuff with the motorcycle organization that I'm a part of. So it took a lot of time away. But yeah. So tell me, Knight, what do you think of the ASD locations and how you have to get to them, and the kind of twist they threw everyone for on getting to these locations? Because it's not as simple as flying.
No, it's not. I mean, you can fly there, but there's another step. So the ASD locations are very, very, very similar to the Hathor mission location missions, in a sense where you have to go to one point, pick up key cards, go to another location, and drop off said key cards, and then you activate the main event. Hathor right now, because of the new 4.2 missions, has kind of become very quiet. It's not, I want to say derelict at this point, but everybody's focusing. Actually, scratch that. I need to bite my tongue there for a second, because we found that even 4.2, the ASD locations are very, very quiet compared to, say, the Hathor locations. When we, as an org machina, we went to go do the Hathor location the first night, we ran into maybe 3 people, and then we took over the location, and then after that, we heard nothing for hours. And we've been to these ASD locations for several times now, and every time we run into maybe a handful of people, and then we've got the entire location to ourselves for hours, which we were not expecting. We were thinking that we'd have to fight for air superiority, ground defense. We thought we were going to have to do all the things that we had to do in Hathor, but it's not the reality. So the steps to the ASD locations is, the first thing you have to do is go to one of the I think it's Pyro 1 or Pyro 4. You have to go to some of the research facilities to go pick up these cards. And
Pyro
the
Run.
research huh?
I think it's Pyro 1 at first, and then it goes to Pyro 4.
Pyro 1?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to these research locations to pick up the cards that you need to get into the egg room at the second location, and then you need to drop off the card to activate the event. At the research locations, they're covered by NPCs. It's best to go in with multiple people instead of solo. I tried doing it duo with somebody not too long ago just to pick up cards and farm them, but it was still really tricky because the NPCs spawn at a pretty rapid rate if you're doing it on your own. Plus, like many of the bunker missions, they are protected. The locations are protected by anti-air weapons. So getting close to it's rather difficult in itself. So similar to bunker missions, if you're doing it solo or not with an org, you want to land, set down like an Ursa medevac or an MTC or a Centurion or a Spark, whatever it is you want to use to get close. Drop that, drive in, take out the baddies. But the twist to actually getting the cards this go around is a new mechanic on how you get through doors. That mechanic is you have to find a scientist and take the way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to take the clothes off of the scientist. You take the lab coat off the scientist, put it on yourself, scan yourself at a door, and then you get through the door to the next stage. Through that door, you get access to vaults that have the cards that get you to the main card, and there's also radioactive armor that's around. You have to pick that up as you go along. But some of the things that people have done to work their way around it is they will knock out. They'll knock out a scientist, use a tractor beam to place the scientist in the area where you scan them, and then they revive them in that location, and then they open the door opens. So that's kind of a cheese to get their way around having to put the armor on, which kind of makes sense in a way, because CIG did not give us a way to like store our armor. So, and I actually experienced this at the second location. When you take off your armor, you're pretty much sacrificing your armor at the chance that it might get yeeted into oblivion. Or somebody else might take it while it's sitting there.
Yeah, because once you take it off, it's not protected by tier 0.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. So you get the lab coat, you can pick up the card, and then you have to leave that location and go to the Lazarus locations, which is where you have to take a shuttle into the final event location. Now, CIG's twist into this particular event, and I know they don't call them events, but now let's call it an activity. Yeah. Into this activity is with the Hathor missions, you could get constantly bombarded by ships and turrets and guns and missiles and snipers and all that fun stuff from any direction at this hole that you're mining out.
Yeah, me in an A1.
Yeah, pretty much. With the new mission, they have added in these radioactive thunderstorms around the Apex Valkar location. The radiation will, if you get hit by the lightning, take out your ship. And you will not be able to fly it. So they've essentially taken out the ability to take your ship into the drop zone to be able to assist with this. They want it to be a ground assault. They want you to take over with brute force. And in order to get there, you have to land at one of the shuttle stations that will take you into the storm. Which I don't completely understand why these ships that are coming and going from the shuttle locations are immune to this radioactive storm. I don't know if it has anything to do with the pylons that keep them running and supplying power. I don't know if they have some kind of anti-radioactive material coating, but I believe the ships that are the shuttle ships that are taking you to and from these locations, they're made by Crusader Industries, I believe, which are the same company that make, the C2 and the A2 and the M2 and all those ships. Like, why can't we get those in there? But
maybe it's a tease for some new shield you might have to put on your ship.
Maybe. And maybe it's a plot armor, I guess, in a way. But bottom line is you can't fly a ship into the location. I haven't tried to drive a ground vehicle into the location at all.
I've heard that doesn't work.
The ground vehicles apparently don't work, but you can take an ICTY in. When our org did this last org night drop into I guess I'm banned from New Babbage, sorry. So our org put a couple ICTYs, we put several ICTYs on a Caterpillar, and we flew over the location. And the tricky thing about flying a ship over the location is you can't see through the storm to find where the exact location is. but there is a workaround. If you have somebody go to the location, take the shuttle to the base, you'll have a beacon as to where you need to drop. And we just dropped a bunch of icties into the Valakar location. We took everybody out and just held our ground for a while. And then there's a similar mission process to getting the cards to activating the Apex Valakar. You have to take the card that you got from the other location into the Valakar location. You have to fend off a bunch of NPCs, any players that might be around there. And then you, as long as the timer is ready to go, you have to activate, insert the card, unlock the egg room, take an egg out to this tower, and then this giant worm pops out of the ground and you have to fight that, which is actually a really, really, really cool experience. The entire thing is a lot of fun.
So you feel like it was, the story behind the ASD. So let me ask you this. They didn't really give us much story behind Hathor. We knew it had to do with the regen crisis and then Wikello coming out in 4.1. But when they did the Inside Star Citizen, for the 4.2 drop, that video, it told you a lot of the lore, what these locations were, what was being done at these locations. So all that story was there. Do you feel they did a good job with the storytelling of the missions? Like, so how the missions play out for you? Do you think the storytelling there was actually done pretty well compared to Hathor?
I have to admit something kind of lame. I don't really pay attention to storylines outside of what you see in the loading screen. And don't get me wrong, I look up the lore and everything, but the way that everything kind of happened, I pay attention to when the patches are dropping and when I have to have my ships all stored so I don't lose everything. But this was definitely something out of left field. We went from a giant laser in space mining on the surface of moons to this gigantic radioactive worm that sprouts out from the ground only in one location. It's not found, in multiple locations. You actually you spawn the thing. You don't you call it, and they pick the most inconvenient place to call it up at.
Yeah, right outside the facility. It's like, hey guys, you're all gonna die now if you don't kill this thing. I would say so. I did get to run around in the ASD in the preview. PTU. And I thought the locations were very well detailed. I mean, they're beautiful locations. Like, if these ASD locations are anything what we might be able to decorate our bases as, like with this kind of detail, the lighting, the different colored chairs, the seating, the journals. Oh my God, people's bases are going to look like they're going to come out of the fucking left field. These base designs, which sweet. I did not get to do the worm, which I was a little let down on. The server I was on was kind of borking itself.
Still can.
Yeah, but I did get to watch it be done on a few live streams and whatnot, from whether it's Space Tomato doing it or the Captain's Table, Astro Historian doing it. I think they did pretty good because there is some audio logs that you can listen to that explain what was going on at these locations. And, so there's a lot of Easter eggs, I guess you could call them, at the locations that is part of your mission, because some of these audio logs give you door codes. Some of these computer terminals that you got to read through to get a door code for, a weapons vault or something like that. They, excuse me, they kind of tell you what's been going on here. And for those of you that don't know, they've been doing some biogenetic testing on the Valacar and the fuck's the damn animal called?
The Copian?
Copian. Yeah. So a lot of these animals have been irradiated due to the storm, and whether or not the storm is placed over this location on purpose, because I haven't really seen it travel.
No, it really stays in one spot.
Yeah, so is it a man-made storm? Like someone said, hey, I'm going to screw with the weather here? Maybe. But, yeah, I mean, me personally, I do want to try and get into it a little bit this weekend. It is 4th of July weekend coming up, so we shall see. Saturday, I don't think I'm going to have anything going on Saturday night, so I should be on Forward Night.
Better be.
Yeah, right? Especially considering now I can fly that, I got my F8C night.
Nice.
Yeah. So
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Finally. Thank you, Chris Roberts, for not letting me actually buy it in game and having to grind for it.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. The shuttle stations, there's loot at the shuttle stations. You don't even have to go into the Valacar location to find loot. The shuttle ride is, I thought they could have done a little bit more with the effects. Don't get me wrong, the storm is cool and everything, the weather's cool and everything.
Like lightning
one thing that
strikes outside the shuttle as it's going, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit better if they did a little bit closer. One thing that I was severely disappointed at, and I'm kind of glad and not glad at the same time that I didn't get the recording of us dropping in from above, because when we dropped the Ichthys out of the Caterpillar to drop into the location, most of the drop was in pitch darkness, and there wasn't any lightning around. You saw it below you as you were getting closer to the surface of the planet.
Yeah.
But I was hoping, at least in my mind, when I was getting ready to do this, I'm like, this is gonna be cool. I'm gonna be dropping through lightning clouds. There's gonna be lightning all over the place and around me. That wasn't the case. The drop like through the storm was mostly pitch black, and then I only saw lightning when I got like within half a click of the surface, and it was like, okay, this was underwhelming.
Yeah, and you know what? And part of that is those of us that live in the U.S., we get true thunderstorms, like real thunderstorms. Like people in the UK, I've had friends come over here from the UK, and they're out here in the middle of July, and, sometimes August, and we get a nasty thunderstorm to roll through. They're thinking, we say thunderstorm. They're just thinking rain, not high winds, hail, lightning, left and freaking right. Like when I hear the word thunderstorm or radioactive storm, I'm expecting massive amounts of lightning strikes. Just whether the lightning's going from the ground up or, vice versa, because lightning does all weird things if you ever know the physics behind it. Or it's doing that horizontal spider lightning, like the electrical storms that we see sometimes. You're out there in AZ, and I know with how dry it can be, and then all of a sudden you can get that massive humidity. You guys get some pretty cool thunderstorms.
Our monsoons, oh my god, some of the lightning and thunder.
Like, what I'm talking about, like the electrical storms where that shit is just traveling left to right in the sky, like stuff like that. I mean, I get it might be taxing on the servers, but you're missing out on the atmosphere, the storytelling by doing it atmospheric. Because if you're on that tram and you're heading into that storm, having lightning striking left and right just outside that tram tells you this is going to be dangerous. When I get off this tram, there's a chance I could get struck by lightning running from the tram into the building. So I better haul butt. Which means leave your heavy armor at home, kids. You better run around in medium and light armor. And
But you can't.
yeah, because you need the freaking radiation.
You need the radiation suits.
Yeah, so I mean, I will agree that from what I got to play from it and whatnot, it's beautiful. For the first time of dynamic weather, and yeah, the dynamic weather did go to Hurston, it did go to ArtCorp even, I think, and you know, some of the other planets. Now, Microtech's had the dynamic weather for a while with the snowstorms, but them adding that in, cool. I like it. Now, do I think when the Apex Valacar shows up that storm should maybe intensify a little bit? Yeah, that would be awesome. Not just from a content creator perspective, but from just someone who plays action games. Like, I want to see that stuff. Someone who's from Texas originally and has lived through tornadoes. Like my wife, when I first met her, she goes, "Oh my God, we got a thunderstorm, tornado sirens." I'm going, I just look outside and go, "Yeah, we're fine, honey." Like, the sky ain't green, you know, those clouds ain't pitch black, you know, and that's how a lot of us who are in the parts of the U.S. that get these nasty storms, we know we can look at a cloud and go, "That's going to be nasty."
Tornado Alley.
Yeah, I live right in Tornado Alley, you know, so it's just like some of these storms we get are fucking gnarly. Like, there was one year, I'm going to sidebar this, but there was one year I'm here at the apartment and there's this storm rolling in and we had ordered pizza. Well, no one would fucking deliver because the storm was coming up. I'm like, well, screw you guys. So I hop in my Crown Vic and I'm on my way to go pick it up, and I did not realize I was literally, I knew the storm was coming, but I ended up right on the edge of this storm, got to the pizza joint right as that son of a gun hit.
Yeah.
From 15 feet from the door, from getting out of the car to the door, I was soaked from head to toe. I'm just like, damn it. And then the drive back, I mean, the rain was coming down so damn hard. Roads were flooding already. The winds were picking up. The lightning was insane. And here to find out, yeah, no, me, crazy redneck me, driving through a tornado to go get pizza. You know, so yeah, they missed some stuff. You got to fight the Valacar, right?
Yes.
How was
it?
That?
Was a fun fight.
Long, short? Like, what's the average duration, would you say?
It's hard to say. We had 20 to 30 people there the first night. Didn't take terribly long. The second time I fought it, well, I fought it multiple times, but on a couple different instances. I've taken down that worm with a org or a group of people like 6 or 7 times so far. It does take a while, and the fight itself is really cool. Don't get me wrong. And this is kind of something that I'm just kind of realizing as I'm thinking about it, that there's no real challenge to the worm.
Okay.
Sadly, when you get to the worm, yeah, it's this big menacing thing, but the animations are essentially on repeat, and you can stay a safe distance from the worm without getting attacked, or terribly hurt, or having to dodge or duck or dive or dip and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. And every single time that I fought the worm, I could stay stationary in, like, fixated in one spot, just shooting a gun at the worm with no worry about getting hit by it or getting eaten by it. There are some juvenile and adult Valakars that spawn, but they're easily taken out, and that's pretty much the only resistance you have when it comes to getting to the apex. And I just realized the fight is actually, I mean, it's cool. You're shooting at this thing from a distance at with everybody helping out, but there's no real actual challenge. You just have to shoot the thing.
So they missed out on randomizing. So, like, for instance, I'm gonna go back here to show my age. Tremors. Right. Tremors. Graboids, right? Where, so, okay, you call the Apex Valakar up.
Yep.
You should be able to shoot it for a little bit. And then it should, because it's supposed to be a boss fight. It should then, I don't know, maybe go back in ground and pop up behind you, to the left or right of you, maybe a little closer. And you should have to worry about not only the babies and the adult Valakars, but you should have to worry about, when it pops out of the ground, stone debris coming flying at you. Again, we say this is happening in a thunderstorm. Maybe lightning strikes randomized. So they failed, from what you're telling me, on their randomization of this boss.
Yeah, it literally stands in one spot, and it does have some attack animations, but it's so predictable and so slow that it's like, okay, all right, cool. I mean, like I said, the experience is really, really cool, and the thing that the noises it makes, and it spits like radioactive spit at you, but it seems also that it just randomly spits the radioactive. I don't think I've had an Apex Valakar launch itself at me yet. I've seen it launch itself at other people, but I don't know if that was just because that person was just happens to be standing in the spot that it landed on, or if it was actually attacking the person that was close enough. I don't know. It just seems like it's a fixed animation, which is a bit of a letdown, because if you're doing a boss fight, there is some randomization, like you said. And the worm stays in the same hole. It doesn't go down back into the hole and pop up in another location, so you have to reposition, rethink your strategy. And there's not like a second wave of juvenile Valakar and adult Valakar. It's just you get one wave of those, and then you literally can stand in one spot and shoot the worm.
Okay, yeah, so they definitely missed out on randomizing the actual boss fight. I mean, okay, yes. That actually sounds like a little bit of a letdown on their end. Like, you missed out on
a little bit.
Like, your creative designer kind of went, hey, showed this to Chris Roberts, who goes, hey, that looks pretty damn cool. Go ahead and put it in. And instead of going, well, why don't we do this as well and randomize its location, randomize, that after it takes a quarter damage, it's going to switch positions on you. It's going to get closer, or it's going to get further away, where now you have to travel across ground that is going to have Copian coming after you on top of the Apex and not Apex, but the juvenile and the adult Valakar, and then you got to go through a massive windstorm that's going to make this thing harder for you to see, where you just have that green glow. And bless you, I know you're yawning.
No, that was I'm sorry.
That's right. You just made me yawn.
Sorry to anybody who's listening at home. I'm running on not very much sleep, and the allergy medicine that I'm on makes me extremely drowsy. So, and I didn't want to miss this week because I don't want to let down the viewers.
Yeah, no, I hate missing, like, when I start something like this, or it's the one way you can easily get into a rut when you're doing a podcast is you start, oh, hey, I want, I can't make this episode. Like, I'm sure there's going to be nights where I'm going to miss an episode where I was going to have to tell Knight, like, hey, here's everything for the overlays. Just run it yourself. Here's the stream key, go solo on this one tonight. And, like, even React videos. Like, if there's something that you want to stream or content you want to create, feel free to record it and just freaking do a React video to some of the stuff. Like, hey, I found this out. But
yeah.
All right, so, and we know the rewards. You get the Valakar teeth.
You get the teeth. There's the fangs. There's the pearls. You mine and you take all those out. There's also some really rare loot that you can get at the AST location. I found a Berserker helmet. I found There's the new shotgun. The shotgun's pretty cool. I've got several of the shotguns in different colors too. You can accessorize it for your armor. But with the loot, there's also the problem of trying to get it out. And the solution that they have for getting the loot out is similar to the CZ locations in Pyro, where you can drop the items down an elevator and then retrieve them in your inventory. However, the system that they have set up is it's two elevators. One elevator is at the ASD location. The other one is at the shuttle station that you have to land at to get to the Valkar location, the ASD location. And it's like a one-way elevator. You can't send anything down the elevator on the shuttle station side, and you can't pull anything up on the ASD location side. You can only send things the opposite direction. So if you're trying to get these fangs, these really big fangs, which are absolutely massive, back to a ship to exfil them, you have to rely on the elevator system to work. And unfortunately, it's the same elevator system that is already busted in the CZs. It's already busted on many of the moons and planets at some of the not bunkers, but there's some of the cargo missions. If you ever do cargo missions, you're supposed to deliver to remote operating bases, and they don't have operating elevators. There's something bugged with it. Either somebody from a different org or whoever came through there left something on the elevator. Now it's invisible to us, and it won't let you send the elevators down. So that's another thing you have to contend with, is things not working. The last time that we fought the Valakar as an org, what we had to do, because the elevators weren't working, is we exfilled the fangs through the shuttle, which is an absolute pain. You had to get the fangs onto the shuttle through this tiny glass door that's on the side of the shuttle before the shuttle takes off, and you can only fit like 2 fangs in there before you have to go, and that's really all the space you have anyway. But otherwise, you're supposed to send them down the elevator, pick them up on the other side, and you can load them into your ship, and that's just not the case sometimes. So it's very similar to the Hathor locations, where it's hit and miss. Does it work? Does it not work? And is it going to be worth it? So
yeah, I don't understand the elevator thing, because the transport hub is nowhere near this location where you're fighting the Valakar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you pull a little bit of the realism out when you create an elevator system that freaking far.
It's a teleportator.
Yeah, right. I mean, okay. What I would have done in this, if I was the level designer. Okay, you fight the Apex Valakar, you kill it.
Yep.
Let the storm break for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes. To where you can then get a ship down there to offload. But again, it's 15, 20 minutes tops that you're going to have to grab these pearls, to grab the fangs, before that storm rolls back in. And then one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to have to sit there in your ship and wait for the storm to clear again, which then is going to take someone fighting the Valakar. And if you're right where the Valakar is going to spawn, well, that thing's coming after your damn ship.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, yeah,
risk versus reward. But like, when you give them the ability to just pull everything into a hangar or an elevator, send it, what is it, like 20 kilometers away? Something like that. It's something crazy.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like 20 clicks away. You're going to tell me that whoever designed this base designed a 20-click elevator tunnel? I mean, is it possible
An
in the
underground
future?
warehouse.
Yeah. I mean, is it possible in the future? Yeah. But risk versus reward, man.
Yep.
You know, I get it, with the current iteration of things. And this is their first time running this mission with their Valakar. I mean, I can see it changing. They might update it down the road. But, yeah, I don't know. I think they kind of screwed the pooch on that one. I don't know if I agree with the elevators.
I think what they should have done, since they have shuttles coming and going, the people working at these locations have to have supplies coming and going, right?
Yeah.
Why not have a cargo hold that holds, I don't know, 8, 16, 32, maybe 64 SCUs of cargo underneath, and just have like a grav beam, like a gravitational pad underneath, and you just attach everything to that.
No.
If you're gonna send everything down an elevator and have to pick it up on the other side, why not have a team on one side sending the stuff and another team on the other side receiving? So you have a daisy chain.
Now, okay, you might know this. Is the elevator, so like, okay, if Major Wood were to lower the elevator, can you go to the other location and call it up with that and see the stuff on it, or is it locked to his account?
I think it's locked to whoever sends the elevator down, which yeah.
Okay, because the point I was going to get to is we know people are going to camp before you go to the Valakar location.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's locked the player, then okay, yeah, then you got to tell your player, hey, don't come over here yet to call us up. We're in, troops in contact. We'll let you know when it's clear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been playing games like this for freaking way too long, and I'm just sitting here going like, y'all missed out on so many freaking opportunities.
Yeah, I'm also. I've been trying to get into my hangar at New Babbage, and I can't get to my hangar, so I'm. I think I pulled a chrono, and I'm banned from New Babbage hangars.
Is it just on that server, or have you tried it on multiples?
I've tried.
Only thing I can imagine is you'd have to put a issue console. See if.
I just did a. I'll have to try, but I already did a character reset, and it still won't get me to my hangar. So, not to do this on like Citizen Talk, but this is just one of those glitches that's like, are you freaking kidding me? How I don't want to turn into Salty Mike or anything, but like, how is this still a thing? Like the simple act of calling up an elevator to get to your hangar on your home location.
Yeah, I see
Anyway.
somebody posted something like that saying that they can't do it,
Actually, that's probably a good segue, because the next point on here is supposed to be server stability with 4.2. And this is one of the issues that people have been having, is not being able to get to their hangars, not being able to call elevators. Your inventory is being bugged out. I've been star citizened by Chris Roberts multiple times at Wicklow, where I'm trying to turn in stuff for a helmet. We're going to do a Polaris giveaway. And we had a bunch of stuff for the Polaris ready to go in an 8 SCU box. And we pulled it up and it disappeared. It just like poof, gone into oblivion. And that was a lot of work. And it's so infuriating.
Yeah, it looks like there's a issue console thing. I just sent it to you. It looks like this has been going on since February.
Yeah.
So it's got 1,300 issues already, so almost 1,400. But yeah, servers. Like I said, I spoke to you last night. I've had some issues with servers. For the most part, pretty stable. Last night we had an issue with some. Oh my God! I didn't even check to see what the server FPS was when we were at that Hathor location.
Yeah, that was
But that AI
a trip.
was. Yeah, I might as well have been tripping on some shrooms or acid because whew, those fuckers were showing up out of nowhere and they were moving like I was playing back on dial-up internet.
Yeah.
So I mean, with Star Citizen's server stability, it's hit or miss. I mean, when they were doing their weekly server restarts, server maintenance windows, the servers were running great. But then again, now they did launch 4.2 with their server shut down, which I was surprised. We talked about that in a future or in a past Citizen Talk that they need to shut down their servers when they release these updates so that way none of the code gets bonkered when, it's traveling from server to server to server, because I get maybe why they want to do it one way, because then they don't have to shut down servers. They can just populate the update to one server, and then with server meshing, it'll make its way to all the other servers. But in reality, you need to shut down all the servers, give them all the same update, and then reactivate them again, because that's how it's going to go across smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but yeah, I've had issues with the Valkyr not spawning, doors not working, freaking. Hell, I even had it where the key cards weren't even showing up.
Yeah, I had a key card got eaten last night too. I went to pick it up, pull it out of the printer at the Hathor location, and got to the door and it was gone.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that, but I mean, it's the server stability. I'd say it's hit or miss.
It's okay at best.
Yeah, it's kind of like a 50-50 when it comes to stability and things running properly, because sometimes it works great and other times you're sitting there going, what the hell, man?
Mm-hmm. And then another thing that I experience from time to time is the quantum travel issues. There's still quantum markers missing. The ship drops out of quantum mid-flight for no reason. Yeah, the quantum jumping seriously needs to be fixed.
I think that's coming. I think that the new quantum system is coming with the new flight system and all that stuff. I'm hoping, because I would really like for us to be able to do the quantum boost, especially when, it wants to put you 400 kilometers from your location when it's supposed to be like 40.
Yeah, Seraphim, you get yeeted 900, almost a megameter away from your destination. It says you're there.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an annoying bug. Did we see any I haven't really noticed it much, but have you noticed that any of the engineering made its way into the game? Here you go. I saw you hiding that yawn. I saw you hiding that yawn.
I know. I'm trying so hard.
It's okay, man. I do it all the time. Just they're going. Yeah, but did you see any of engineering really make its way in?
Not really. I mean, there's been some more special effects added to some of the ships. You see more fires. The fires are more persistent. I have an inkling that they have some part deterioration within the game, because I've had it where on my Asgard specifically, where I've quantum jumped from one location to another, and then as I'm flying, and my ship has been damaged, like suddenly my ship doesn't work anymore, and I go around and like fuses are blown, and I can't get anywhere.
Okay, yeah. So it's kind of what we talked about when 4.1 was here, that we started realizing that, like when we're on the Idris, for instance, they would just drop out of quantum, or when you got to another point in quantum, all of a sudden you couldn't re-engage your quantum drive, and you realizing, wait, it's offline. What the hell's going on? And you go around and hunt around, and you find a couple of blown fuses, and you realize, are they secretly adding into stuff, or is this stuff that they didn't mean to activate yet in the game? Because I'm sure there's a lot more game code, which probably leads to the bugginess of this game, that's in the background being read by our client server, by our clients and the servers, that is just deactivated. You know, so is this stuff that is bleeding through, I guess is the word I was looking for.
I have a feeling that they like to sprinkle little things here and there to test without really announcing that they're testing anything.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's add this little feature in here and see if it works, and we'll do it quietly, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with shadow patches and sneaking, stuff in for testing. I mean, I will say this. I am kind of disappointed that they haven't run the EPTU yet. They said they were going to run the EPTU this year. They have not run the EPTU one time yet.
What is that?
It's the experimental persistent test universe. So that's where they bring in new features like engineering and whatnot for you to actually test. And it's feature test. It's not content. So, and they did say we were supposed to be having some EPTU testing, and we haven't seen any. Dido Koi, thank you for the follow. I don't know why the alert didn't go off. I probably broke it.
You did.
Whatever. Stream elements being dookie again. But thank you. I would say that they definitely have to. They got to figure something out because. NamZZ TV, thank you. Why are my alerts not working? Oh, balls. Hold, please.
This is what you get for taking 2 weeks off.
I know. I know. I don't know why it's not working. But, okay, so, so we're still looking at, what the hell? Why is that not work? Whatever. I'm just going to change it. Probably had the wrong alert box up.
Either way, thanks for the follows, guys.
We appreciate it. Even though, let me test this quickly. Follower event. There we go.
New follower.
Got it. Now it's working. Oh, we're still going through tribulations.
This is really only episode 5, so technically we have until episode 10 to get our stuff together.
Yeah.
Episode 11, A New Hope.
Oh my god. And you know what's funny? Episode 11 will probably fall on, let's see, if we keep to the week, we'd already be on episode 8 by now. This would be episode 8 if I wouldn't have missed the last 2 weeks. So next week will be 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have till August 6th, the day before my birthday, to hit 10. And I'm not discussing my birthday. No, ain't happening. I don't want to
Mine's come and gone.
I don't want to get any older. I already got too much gray.
Yeah.
I should go. You need to go gray. But I mean, the EPTU needs to be run. They need to give us the engineering features so we can test this stuff and we can try new things out, because one of the most annoying things about that is the fact that we're just being told about it. Now, they did mention in the Citizen Talk about June's patch that August is going to be a pretty, pardon my French, badass patch as well.
You say pardon your French for saying ass? You've already dropped the F-bomb I don't know how many times. Ladies and gentlemen, pardon his ass. Sorry.
I'm sitting on it. Shut up. I mean, okay, yeah. So
Sorry.
they're saying next month's patch is going to be a big one. So whether that means we get another sandbox activity, which don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with these sandbox activities. They're giving us more things to do in the verse. Hell, they gave us Hathor and Stanton. Now we got the ASD and Pyro. They did say the ASDs were supposed to be coming into Stanton as well, which I think is going to where they're going to. I think that's where they're going to tie in the regular Valakar, the Apex Valakar that they showed off CitizenCon last year. Oh no, wasn't last year? Might have been last year. But yeah, we need more. Like we need more against the environment missions. Not just against players. Like I don't have anything wrong with PvP.
Oh,
that's me. But give us more with these environments, with these Copian, with Valakar. What's this stirring in that mind of yours?
I was reading in one of the patch notes. I'm trying to figure out where it is. That one of the things that they're going to be adding in 4.2.1 is more collaborative and PvE, like environmental. It might very well be just the whole industrious aspect of the game, but they are looking to add more things to do that aren't like PvE, like Hathor and the ASD.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Which will be refreshing.
Oh, look, one of the things that they're doing in the 4.21, juvenile and adult Valakar repositioning, movement, and attack polish. You were just talking about that. How they needed to do that. Okay, so yeah, there's going to be different mission rewards. Oh, new rewards. Bulk grade, small grade, supply grade. All right, cool. I'm looking to see if there's anything about gameplay. Green zone, security reactivation. Cool. We need the security back, especially when people choose to take down an OM1 marker. Refining.
Yeah, the security coming back is going to be really cool.
Looks like they're fixing the executive ship component loadouts being reverted to previous high-tier versions. Okay. That's all 4.21. Yeah, I'm not seeing much about...
Like I said, I don't remember where I saw it. I just thought there was a little tidbit about some more activities that aren't like a PvE type.
Yeah. I think we're actually gonna. They be nerfing my heavy fighter, the Taurus. Welcome, Dido. They're nerfing the Taurus.
How are they nerfing the Taurus?
How are they nerfing the Taurus? I know they're. Gunboats and other medium-sized ships aimed at refining flight dynamics, including angular rotations, linear acceleration, SVM, and nav speeds. Well, it makes sense. I can see that. Yeah, there is a new mission type, ship escort. Says here, and this was posted today, in this new mission archetype, players will be tasked with fending off enemy ships whilst escorting friendly ships into a hangar around an asteroid mining base, as well as escorting them out until they can quantum away. This mission type comes in 6 difficulty levels under the Foxwell group in both Stanton and Pyro, and awards script upon completion, and further updates on the Wicklow recipe polish. Cool. I can get behind some escort missions. It's something more to do in the game, and like I said, that's something we kind of need. But yeah, I mean, PvE. We already know people are complaining about PvP, and they want separation. Now, Dune Awakening. Well, I've been playing it. It's fun. It's a survival game. It's like Valheim but Dune. minus all the weird creatures you got to kill. It's mainly other players and NPCs and stuff like that. But they just updated their PvP. So the Deep Desert was 95%, or like, yeah, it was like 95% PvP, and there was a small little area where it was PvE. Well, they just did it like 50% PvE and 50% PvP now. Because people were complaining because all the end game loot, the good stuff, is in the PvP zones. And it wasn't really for anyone able to find in PvE zones. Again, in a game like Star Citizen, risk and reward. If you want the good loot, sorry guys, it's going to be in PvP zones, or if it is going to be in PvE zones, that AI better be up to like level 20. Yeah. That AI better be damn hard. Like the Ace pilots, with the Ace helmets. Those Ace pilots were no joke. I mean, well, it depends on the server, how the server was running. If you got onto a server that was 30 FPS and you had an Ace pilot, like, other players and fighters were struggling against Ace pilots, but I mean, do I think they need to lock all the good loot into PvP? No. Like I said, if you're going to put it in PvE, you better make it hard to get. And that's the biggest thing that I think a lot of these new players are going to be, where a lot of people are actually kind of afraid to get into the game, is because, well, I want to do this, but I don't want to do this, and I really don't want to go up against other players because they're better pilots. Well, yeah, dude, that's any game. Now, had this been a game that was just released, yeah, you're not going to have many of these pilots being outstanding pilots. There's not going to be as much of a learning curve or a player curve on a game that's just released, and they're learning the mechanics just like everyone else. Well, the problem is in Star Citizen, this game's been out for 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. And a lot of us have had time to learn and fine-tune our piloting skills and whatnot. And Mr. Knight over here is going to be getting his Verpals here soon. And
cannot wait.
When are those supposed to be coming in?
So I emailed support, and that was late last month. They're estimating 8 to 12 weeks. I did order a control panel and my Z extension so that I can have my left stick at an angle. They're estimating that to be late July, early August. So I was actually literally on Verpal a second ago to take a look and just see. I'm just causing myself pain by going and seeing it's in processing, it's back ordered. So I ordered my control panel on May 28th.
So it's already been a month.
Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should earliest maybe the 23rd for the control panel, and then after that it's going to be when I order that June 24th.
28th. Yeah, 24th.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, like mid to late August, I should see the sticks. Based on the estimate they gave me, 8 to 12 weeks. Latest September. But
okay.
I mean, I'm still having fun flying with my Azeron. I am excited to start flying with sticks. I've actually, one of my goals now, I talked to my wife about this, and is I've been playing more and more Star Citizen, even though I keep on getting Chris Robertson. Right now, I'm stuck in New Babbage, and I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get off the planet. I would like to turn this more into a space sim rig. So one of my weight loss goals, I'm going to get a new monitor, specifically so I have a really nice monitor to play Star Citizen on. I'm gonna get one of those LG OLED monitors. I think Chrono got one, but he got the 5K version. You can go between 5K, 165 hertz, and like full HD, which is 1080, 330 hertz. Like I'll go a step down and I'll stick with the 1440 at 240.
I'll never
hertz.
go 1080p again. I
Yeah.
can't do it. I don't think I can play on 1080. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything just looks. I've gotten used to how small everything looks on 1440, and while I would like to get a 4K monitor, there's no perk to 4K.
I mean, you go to 1440, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play on 2K. You know,
Yeah.
I don't mind 1440. Like, I'd love to get a bigger monitor, you know, like a 32 or slightly curved monitor, but
The monitor
that would require some new layouts in here, and that's just more of a hassle.
So my stream right now, and the camera that you're going off of right now, the canvas is 1440. Even the camera shooting in 1080, and it's being upscaled to 1440 for the canvas on my OBS set. But I redid all my overlays for 1440 because I got approved on Twitch to do partake in their 1440 beta.
Yeah.
So all my streams the last few weeks have been in 2K.
Nice.
Which is really cool. I enjoy watching it because it's nice and crisp and clean.
That's why I enjoy having two stream setups too, is because you just. I remember the pain of streaming and gaming on one system.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, yeah, now Citizen Talk is done off of one system. I'm not encoding on the second system at all. This is all the 4070 Ti doing all the encoding. Everything's done on the main gaming system, which is no slouch of a gaming system at all. But, you know, I'm just like, I don't need, like, I can play and stream on Star Citizen on just this one system. It might hiccup and mess up here and there, but that's just because the processor's gnarly and Star Citizen loves VRAM.
Mm-hmm.
But or the virtual cache and all that. But yeah, I mean, when I remember my first stream going to a dual system, I went, holy crap, this is just crisp looking. Like, the game looks like how it looks on my screen for the streamers. There's none of that blurring that you would get, you know, when you're moving in the game. You know, it's a one-for-one almost. Even though my stuff is played at 1440, but my streams are all set to 1080.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, stuff like that is just, it's the icing on the cake. But yeah, I'm not going to go to a 4K monitor. I mean, my main TV isn't even 4K, if that tells you anything. I'm just like, even though 4K TVs have come down in price, I'm just like, The monitors sure as hell haven't. TVs but monitors haven't. Like, what the fuck?
The monitor that I'm looking at is like $1,300. That's well, so with my computer rig, I have my gaming PC was previously my editing PC. Now it's a combination of the two. And the two monitors that I originally had for this PC are color calibrated 4K monitors, and they were both $1,200. It was $1,200 or $1,300 a piece. Back several years ago when I had them, so that was definitely investment. I think I used my tax return to buy them. Like, I'm only doing this if I can use free money back from the government. Well, technically, it's not even back from the government. It's like I paid and I'm getting back. So,
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my I know it's a ROG monitor. Mine is. I'm running a first gen Asus ROG. I think it was a Predator 27-inch, 1440p G-Sync. Like, it's got Gen 1 G-Sync on it, and dude, this thing is still going strong for a $500 monitor that was probably...
Nice.
This thing's probably 10 years old now. Yeah, this thing's at least 10 years old now. And it's still going strong. And I'm just like...
Get it?
Okay, I can't really justify spending... I mean, now that I'm not working again... $500 to $700 on a monitor, and just like, ugh.
Yeah. Can I do a shameless plug?
What?
Okay, so I've been a bit busy and doing some fun and creative things. So on my merch store on MrBKnight.shop, I have some Star Citizen themed shirts and hoodies and things. So this one says "Proud Citizen since Alpha," which is kind of a dig at Star Citizen because it's still Alpha.
What is your site?
And then
link?
It's Mr. B Knight, so just like you spell my name, .shop. And then I have more ships than time shirt.
All right, hold on. Let me go over here. I'm gonna go to the React screen so I can pull this up. Wow.
Yeah, I need to update that so it's less Fortnite-y. I love the
Cargo
hat.
hauler by day, bounty hunter on the other side of the planet. What was that?
That one I was messing around with. I'm like, do I do cargo hauler by day and then bounty hunter by night? I'm like, I was thinking about it. You know, in Star Citizen, in reality, time is kind of irrelevant because if you want it to be daytime, fly to the other side of the planet.
I love this. I have more ships than time.
Yep. I love this hat. My other ride is an F8 Lightning.
Yeah, I saw that. God, I might have to buy that hat.
And I think this is the one. I think this hat is the yeah, it's the flex back, so it's the one size fits most one. And it comes in navy or black.
Proud citizen since Alpha. Oh, that's cool.
So I've got more designs coming, but to help fund my space sim endeavor, I'm creating more Star Citizen-esque merch.
Yeah, I haven't had the time to go and do any freaking Star Citizen type on my store.
And I think coming to think of it, that shirt, the planet that's in the background, hopefully I don't get any infringement or anything like that, but that's Crusader.
Oh, I doubt it. That's cool. Yeah, I haven't done anything on my store, really. I need to, but I'll do some Star Citizen ones. Like, you can use the made by the community logo that Star Citizen has. No,
You can?
Yeah. Yeah, you can use that.
Oh.
Yeah, the one that's in the bottom of the screen right now. Made by the community.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah, yeah, if you go to Robert Space Industries and what is it under?
If you're still here and listening, we've kind of gotten off on a tangent for what our main topic is, but glad you're here. Glad you're listening.
We always do this, so. Yay. Oh, yeah, go to community. So go to RSI's website, go to community, and go to fan kit. I believe that has all the logos for you and whatnot to use. Like, it's a registered trademark, so it's not like, you know, as long as you're not using their trademark to actually make you money, it's fine, but you can always add it in to stuff. So,
Wait, you said go to community and then what?
scroll down to fan kit.
Oh, there it is. Access official resources and media.
Yeah. Well, folks, I think we have done it for tonight. I want to thank you guys for coming by. Sorry we missed the last 2 episodes. Again, my fault. But next week will be an interesting one because hopefully we can talk about 4.21, maybe. But I should be able to have a little more time and get into 4.2, and we'll run around and do some. Me and Knight will run around and do some other 4.2 missions probably this weekend. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful night. You can find me over on twitch.tv/TheEvilTactics, where I do plan on streaming more often. Just got to get my butt and my head in the right mindset. Other than that, if you're looking for an org to join, and a lot of friendly people, a lot of like-minded people who do everything from bounty missions to a little bit of light piracy and, cargo hauling and scraping and all that fun stuff, salvage, look into Machina. People are always welcome. Other than that, y'all have yourselves a wonderful night. Mr. Knight, you got anything for these beautiful people who are on the other side of their phones, monitors, TVs even?
If you like the content, drop a follow. Check out the MrBKnight.shop store for your Mr. B Knight / Star Citizen-esque merch. Don't forget to follow the Evil Tactics, and I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I also want to say thank you to NamZTTV. Thank you for that follow. And Dido. Thank you for the follow, guys. Yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful 4th of July. Be safe. Don't blow any hands off or other appendages that you might need to play Star Citizen and things like that. It is one of the most dangerous times of the year now because of fireworks and how dangerous they can be if not used properly. So be safe. Don't drink and drive. And yeah, come check out the streams. Have some fun. If you're going to drink in the stream. And who knows? Might do an after dark this weekend because it's 4th of July weekend.
Possible.
Yeah, just got to get Mr. Knight over here to have a beer this time.
Yeah, I know.
All right, guys. Stay safe. Be smart. Don't fly solo. We'll see you in the next one. Stay tactical.